I'm drinking a Canada Dry.
Pellegrino. Limonada.
Welcome. Week 3 of the Castro Recap Show.
Week 3 already?
Time is flying.
It's weird because we're taping these like 6 weeks in advance. We already know who won the league. What do we got on?
What do we got going this week?
I'd like to point out that as we speak, Larry Donnell has scored 3 touchdowns in the first half against the poor Sack Smashers.
Zach doesn't even know there's Thursday Night Football.
The mighty Chaunch. Has he changed?
He has changed. Let's take a look at the smackboard from the Mighty Chaunch and Asses of Fire. And what I found interesting was Chris's cousin was praising Tremaine about what a great draft he had and the great pickup of Andrew Luck. Tremaine, his response? Luck was a pleasant surprise.
He's checking the smackboard 4 days after the game.
Yeah.
And putting a comment up. Because nobody could see Andrew Luck turning out to be a pretty good NFL quarterback. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Who is Rashad Jennings? Do you have a backstory?
I do a little bit. Raiders, genius pickup last year. Put him on the team. Does well. What do the Raiders decide to do? They decide to go get the older, injured guy, the other Jacksonville Jaguar that they got, put him on the team, and then not bother to re-sign Rashard Jennings. How's he doing this year?
He's doing really well. How's MJD?
He's really good in the locker room. Let's just put it that way. However, given our game of the week, we're going to get a chance to see Maurice Jones-Drew in action this Sunday. Very exciting.
In this game of the week?
Yep. The Diz versus Big Ben. Noted Raider hater, the Diz fielding MJD as a starter.
I like how we just went right to this week's game of the week. That's fine. That's fine. We haven't even got to the IR discussion.
So, Glenn, have you been using the injured reserve slot?
I have, Jim. Have you been using the IR slot?
I did. Let's let the league know how to use the IR slot. It's week 4. We should probably let him know.
I know. I just told my brother, and he was like, what's that?
Well, if you have a player who is out or I think is doubtful, you can put him on the IR slot. And it will open to add another player. So we've already, you've got 4 wide receivers, 4 running backs. You put one running back on. You can't abuse it, as I tried to when I tried to abuse it. So just a little overview to the rest of the league on how to operate the IR position.
I didn't even understand what you just said.
I'm going to do a PowerPoint, and I think next week we'll do a little presentation on it. Glenn, who do you see as this week's game of the week?
The Dizzle and Big Ben.
I got to go with the 2-1 Dizzle because he's starting a Raider.
Okay, I'm going to go with Big Ben.
Why?
Because last week his name was Curious George. And
I
changed it to Big Ben. That's my winner.
Solid. I like it.
Sack Smashers won. Next game. Do you think it's a coincidence or irony that Chris's cousin picked up Kirk Cousins to beat his cousin Chris? Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of funny. Sort of.
What do you mean?
You know what I got this week? I've got an exclusive interview with the Bullheads manager, Brian Ronning.
Really?
Guess where?
Mall of Americas.
Wrong.
We are live at the Renaissance Festival. I'm doing an exclusive interview with the Bullheads manager, Brian Ronning. Hopefully I can find him here in this festive environment. Brian, what do we call a grain belt beer and onion rings here at the Renaissance Festival?
I don't know.
A blowout. Did you see the Vikings ransack the Mediterraneans?
What happened?
They killed and raped the team.
Fascinating insight. Excellent interview, Glenn.
Thank you.
What was your accent there? Was that kind of a Kevin Costner Robin Hood sort of take on an English accent?
Woo! Jim, let's do a quick rundown of the 0-3 teams.
Okay, real quick. Who stands out to you on one of the 0-3 teams?
Corduroy Patterson.
What is going on with Larry Fitzgerald?
I don't know. He cut Toby Gerhart.
He didn't just cut him. He embarrassed Toby Gerhart in a league-wide email.
How's Larry Fitzgerald doing this year?
8 whopping points through
total
3 weeks.
For 3 weeks? Jim, who has the lowest weekly average in league history through 3 weeks.
There has never been a team with less points scored in the first 3 weeks of the season than Corduroy Patterson.
That's fascinating. I wish Chris was more like Matt, because we haven't heard from Matt in 10 years. Week 3, I believe, is our weakest show to date.
I think so.
We can't go 16-0 this year.
No.
Great to see you, Jim.
Great to see you.